Hello, I am Captain Crazy.
And I'm Princess.
And welcome to our RWBY review for Volume 1, Chapter 2. We said in the last review that we would eventually get those. And we're gonna
Take us a while still, apparently.
Yeah, we're already better than we were the last one. We haven't called it an episode or a season yet.
We're still only a few seconds in.
Yeah, but at least we can try. It's an accomplishment. Come on! So, this episode, which is significant... Damn, that didn't take long. So, this chapter, which is significantly shorter than the last chapter, just over 6 minutes, and if you subtract the first 30 seconds of the intro, it's well under 6 minutes.
And nothing much really happens in that 6 minutes.
You get a little bit of introduction to a couple more of the main cast. You actually learn Jan's name.
John?
Jan.
Jan?
Jan.
John?
No, not John.
John.
Jan.
So, I'm going to call him John.
Well, you know, like Jan is in... boring character, Jan. Jan. So, we meet Jan. We also get introduced to Weiss, the stuck-up... I was going to say...
Eris.
Yes, Eris. I was going to call her something else. But we'll go with Eris.
We'll go with Eris.
But not to be Ares. Well, we're not going Final Fantasy, so that... No, let's just call her what she is.
Weiss Snee, who is the heiress for the Snee family company that creates dust.
So yeah, big what we'd call multi-billion-dollar, multi-trillion-dollar company. Questionable practices according to Blake.
One of the other characters we meet.
Yes, one of the other characters. We also get briefly introduced to a character that, spoilers, who is not yet named, whose name is...
Pyrrha.
Yes, Pyrrha.
Are you still saying that names are spoilers?
Spoilers. So yes, names are still spoilers. And since we don't actually even hear her speak or anybody speak to her, the only reason we know she's important...
She's not a black silhouette character.
We gotta be careful how we say that. And it's a good thing you added silhouette to it. Okay. So, there's just a whole bunch of introductions in this, and we see Ruby's awkwardness due to her age and her self-confidence in meeting people.
She's far more interested in meeting and seeing new weapons and the kind of weapons that all the new students have.
Versus actually meeting and talking to people. And the only reason why she is even trying to talk to people is because Yang has essentially told her that she has to.
Yang actually physically drags her along to meet Blake and have a better discussion with her than the first encounter.
Other than that, the only thing that really happens is Ruby trips over Weiss's luggage, and as Weiss is trying to
lecture her
and belittle her, some dust spills out of the vial that Weiss is holding, and Ruby sneezes and blows herself up, as well as Weiss.
Though I have to say that they're pretty poor storage containers if you can shake it and it starts flying out all over the place.
Yeah, whoever designed that storage container needs to look for a new line of work.
Yeah.
Especially after we see the first storage containers where you literally just plug it into the giant tube and it fills. Like, where's that technology when you got a cork and in a little vial? Technology, archaic. And you got the heiress who's, rich and powerful. Why would she not have those fancy containers? I don't know. It's just nitpicking, I guess, or just a plot hole of some. Yeah. It just timeline doesn't match, or not the timeline, but the whole concept doesn't match up. But it doesn't need to.
It's one of those little nitpicky things that, you can't overlook. Right?
We obviously couldn't because we brought it up.
Most people can overlook.
So the other two things that happen is Ruby meets Jan and goes for a little bit of a walk with him. Discovers that Jan's weapon is just a family heirloom that got passed down and has no real special ability at all.
It's a sword, and then the shield collapses, and it's pretty much the same weight, so...
For easier carry. Well, the only thing about the easier carry is it's not a big, bulky thing. It's just heavy and therefore can be placed onto a belt versus being in the way when you're running. And that's the only real advantage to it getting smaller. It's just easier to carry.
Compared to Ruby's kick-ass weapon, that's also a sniper. Which
we've also learned that she designed herself, so.
Yes.
But yeah, that's... Other than after that, Yang basically dragging Ruby over to see Blake after Ruby just mentioned that she was there when she blew herself up. That's all that really happens, and we learn that Ruby can hold a conversation with somebody, and
other than her sister.
Other than her sister, about books. Yeah, so...
Also a little bit of her backstory and her interest in why she wanted to become a huntress. Just the adventures that Yang used to always read to her about just before bed, and just wants that life of adventure.
Yeah, and really that's all that happens this chapter.
Yeah.
It's highly a introduction chapter. It introduces, 4 characters?
Also shows a little bit of the school grounds, and that's about it.
Yeah, Ruby's awkwardness, introduction to a few characters, shows off a little bit of the surroundings.
Not the most exciting episode, but there will be more exciting ones to come.
And considering it's only 6 minutes, it's not like they dragged it out. It could have been a 12-minute episode and had that same content in it, and for a weekly episode or chapter. We'll get this eventually.
Volume
so for
4.
by volume 4, hopefully we'll get this down straight. If not, then
fail.
But that's all we really have to say about this week's chapter, and until next time, I am Captain Crazy.
And I'm Princess.
And we will see you next time.